TSA's new scanners are seizing safe items. Are you packing one? Stay. Yours might be next. You've packed for hundreds of trips. You're a seasoned traveler who knows the TSA drill. You breeze through security, feeling confident until you hear that dreaded, "Excuse me, we need to inspect your bag." You're pulled aside, and a TSA agent holds up a seemingly harmless item you've traveled with for years. In 2026, stricter enforcement and smarter CT scanners mean that safe item now gets confiscated. What changed? It's not that there's a whole new rulebook. Instead, the rollout of smarter, more sensitive CT scanners across more airports means that enforcement is more intense than ever. Items that used to slide by are now being flagged instantly. Today, we're going through the 12 seemingly safe items that are getting confiscated in 2026, so you can avoid that public bag search and the stress of a travel day gone wrong. I fly more than 100,000 miles a year, and I've seen these scenarios play out firsthand. Let's make sure it doesn't happen to you. Number 12. Full-size aerosols, like bug spray. We all know the 311 rule for liquids, but many travelers forget this applies to aerosols like hairspray. But what about things like bug spray? Think of Sarah, heading to Florida for a conference. She packed a full-size can of bug spray, an item she'd carried before without issue. But the new scanner immediately flagged it. Why? Many of these industrial-type aerosols are flammable and considered hazardous materials, making them completely prohibited in carry-on and checked bags, regardless of size. She was pulled aside, the bug spray was confiscated, and the 20-minute delay almost made her miss her flight. The zero-tolerance enforcement on hazardous materials is getting tighter. Number 11. Duty-free alcohol on a connecting flight. This is a classic trap that still catches thousands of travelers. You buy a nice bottle of scotch in the duty-free shop in London, thinking you're in the clear. And you are, until you land in the US for your connecting flight. John did exactly this, buying a $100 bottle. But when he had to exit the secure area and re-clear security for his domestic connection, the bottle was flagged as a liquid over 3.4 ounces and immediately confiscated. Even though it's in a sealed, tamper-evident bag, the moment you have to go through another TSA checkpoint, that bottle is no longer compliant. It's a painful way to lose an expensive souvenir. Number 10. Protein powder and other powders over 12 ounces. Fitness enthusiasts, listen up. That large container of protein powder in your carry-on is a big red flag. Under TSA rules, any powder-like substance in a container larger than 12 ounces, that's roughly the size of a soda can, requires separate screening. Mike, a gym-goer, had his bag immediately pulled for a secondary check. The TSA officer needs to open the container and test the powder. If it can't be cleared for any reason, maybe the container is difficult to open or the test is inconclusive, they will confiscate it on the spot. To avoid this, just put large powder containers in your checked luggage or pack smaller amounts in your carry-on. Number 9. Items with non-replaceable lithium batteries. We all know spare lithium batteries and power banks have to be in your carry-on, but the rules are just as strict for older devices where you can't remove the battery. Helen was traveling with her husband's vintage film camera, a precious heirloom. It had an old, non-removable lithium battery. The scanner flagged it as a potential fire hazard. Since the battery couldn't be taken out, the entire camera was prohibited from flying in either carry-on or checked luggage. This isn't just about confiscation. Undeclared hazardous materials can lead to hefty fines. If you have smart luggage or an old gadget with a built-in battery, it likely can't fly. Number 8. E-cigarettes or vapes. Here's a tricky one. The law is crystal clear. All electronic smoking devices must be in your carry-on, never your checked bag, because of the fire risk from their batteries. However, with stricter enforcement, you might face an extra step. Alex, a college student, had his vape in his backpack. When the TSA officer asks to see it, they have the discretion to inspect it to ensure it's just a vape. While there's no official "it must power on" rule, if they can't verify what the device is, they can confiscate it. A dead battery or an uncooperative attitude can get your device taken. Simple tip: make sure your vape is charged and easy to access. Number 7. Fresh foods on international flights. This is where a lot of confusion happens because it involves two different agencies, the TSA and Customs and Border Protection, CBP. You might clear TSA security with an apple or a sandwich, but you're not in the clear yet. A family traveling from India brought homemade paneer and fresh mangoes. The TSA scanner might flag the organic materials, but the real issue comes at the customs checkpoint upon arrival. These items are often prohibited by CBP to prevent the introduction of foreign pests and diseases. Failing to declare agricultural items can result in fines starting at $300 and going up to $10,000. The rule is simple. If you're flying internationally, declare all food, or better yet, just leave fresh items at home. All right, we're halfway through, and I have to ask, have any of these surprised you? If this is helpful, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out and tells me you want more tips to keep your travels stress-free. Now, let's get to the next 6, because they get even more surprising. Number 6, gas-powered hair tools. Those convenient cordless curling irons that run on a butane cartridge? A massive problem. A groom-to-be packed one for his destination wedding, thinking it was perfect for a quick touch-up. It was flagged at the checkpoint in Atlanta. These tools are considered hazardous material because the gas cartridges can leak and ignite. They're banned from checked luggage and heavily restricted in carry-on. Even if you can bring the tool, the gas refill cartridges are almost always a no-go. Violating hazmat rules can lead to confiscation and serious fines. It's far safer to stick with a corded or rechargeable battery model. Number 5, camping gear like tent stakes. This one really comes down to officer discretion. Lisa, an avid hiker, had her aluminum tent stakes in her carry-on. To her, they were essential gear. To the TSA officer who flagged them, they looked like potential sharp piercing weapons. Any item that could be seen as an improvised weapon can be confiscated on the spot, and there's no arguing the decision at the checkpoint. The same goes for hiking poles. The best rule of thumb is if an object is sharp, pointed, or could be used as a club, it belongs in your checked bag. Number 4, a simple tape measure. Believe it or not, this one catches so many contractors and DIYers by surprise. Tom had a standard retractable tape measure in his carry-on. It seems harmless, right? But that metal blade, especially on larger models, can be seen by an officer as a potential weapon. It's not on an official banned items list, but it falls squarely into that gray area of officer discretion. While you might not get a fine, you'll face delays and lose your tool. If you need it for your trip, just toss it in your checked luggage. Number 3, certain medications without a prescription. This is a common point of confusion. For the most part, TSA does not require medications to be in their original prescription bottles and allows pill organizers for convenience. However, things get complicated with controlled substances. Imagine Dorothy, a senior using a weekly pill organizer that contains painkillers prescribed for her back pain. If her bag is pulled for a search and the unlabeled pills can't be identified, it can lead to serious questions and even a referral to law enforcement. While confiscation is rare unless illegality is suspected, the best way to avoid a major hassle with controlled substances is to keep them in their original pharmacy containers and carry a copy of your prescription. Number 2, fake designer items. Here's another area where travelers get confused between government agencies. A tourist thought she got a great deal on a replica designer handbag overseas. It's important to be clear. The TSA's job is security, not enforcing intellectual property law. They won't confiscate an item just because it's counterfeit. However, the agency that does care is Customs and Border Protection, CBP. When you enter the United States, CBP officers enforce these laws. Bringing counterfeit goods into the country is illegal, and if TSA refers you to CBP, you could face confiscation and huge fines. The risk is with customs at your port of entry, not with TSA at the security line. Number 1, large amounts of undeclared cash. It is perfectly legal to fly domestically with any amount of cash, but if you're flying internationally, you must declare any amount over $10,000 to Customs and Border Protection. A businessman was flying from Miami with $12,000 in his carry-on. The TSA's scanner easily identified the dense bundle of cash. Now, TSA's job is security, not currency enforcement, but they are required to report suspicious amounts to law enforcement or CBP. The cash was seized by CBP under civil forfeiture laws, and he faced a legal battle to prove it was legitimate. Even if you're not doing anything illegal, carrying large undeclared sums internationally can lead to it being confiscated. So what's the big takeaway here? The rules of travel in 2026 are less about brand new prohibitions and more about incredibly strict tech-powered enforcement of the rules that have been there all along. The new scanners just don't miss much. The most surprising issues often come from items in that gray area of officer discretion, like tools, or the confusion between what the TSA handles versus what Customs and Border Protection enforces. My best advice is to adopt a simple motto: when in doubt, check it or leave it out. Before every single trip, take 5 minutes to use the "What Can I Bring" tool on the TSA's website. It is the ultimate source of truth. Packing smart isn't just about saving space anymore. It's about saving yourself from fines, delays, and stress. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I hope this helps you fly with a little more confidence. For more insider travel tips, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Now, check out this next video on my screen about the biggest mistakes travelers make at the airport. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the next one.